We're starting really early for this one. I can't wait for this little adventure.
It's snowing! It's snowing! Look, that just looks like a playground to anybody. Look at that!
Let's go to Birmingham like Mark McCann, shall we?
Whee! It's time to go play in the snow. Little bit of slippage. See, look, knobbly tyres. Knobbly tyres. I can just turn on the snow and nothing happens. I am the fire starter. Whoop, whoop. Gotta get some diesel first. It's proper coming down, look at that.
But I've got to get out on the road a bit early, just because I want to avoid all those people that go, whoop, 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 there's a brick wall, whoop, 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 whoop. Am I a professional driver now that I've quit work? I've done like millions and millions and millions and millions of miles in weather like this as well. It's quite cool actually. I'm quite happy with this. I'm like, what? Oh, I hope it clears up by the time we get to sort of Cheshire areas. For the sole purpose, that's when rush hour might start kicking in. And if this is on the road there, which it most likely will be because it's in the middle of absolute butt-fucking nowhere, then maybe there will be some cars that go whoop, 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 bang straight into the central reservation.
I'll tell you one thing though, if I drive fast enough, then the registration will get covered by snow and nobody will be able to catch me on the speed cameras.
Well, I guess we can say at least there's no snow down here. At least it's a little bit more sort of drivable. Well, when I'm actually moving. I'm on this little tiny country lane area, and apparently it's down here, but I'm not 100% sure where. There's a big gate on that one, so it can't be that. It might have been that one. I didn't even look that way. But down here on the left, I'm assuming, not 100% certain. Yes, there's a sign, VANZ Adventures. So this is where I'm coming. I have no idea where I've actually got to go. Oh wait there, I think the van's behind me. I've got a brand new crafter pulling in behind me. So I assume it's up here, somewhere. There's a drive, oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nicer crafter than me. It's got a darker grey colour. Looks awesome. Right, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just driving up this driveway. Oh, VANZ Adventures this way. That'll do me, dong. It's like a farm. Like the barns on a farm. Oh, that's a tight corner. It's like when you're following a trail on a mountain. It's sort of this way and that way, follow the signs. VANZ Adventures this way. That van's still behind us. VANZ Adventures this way. Sweet. Right, there's a van reversing, so I'm just going to dump mine here. Is that other van going to get round? That was my parking sensors. Oh, there's some old cars over there. That looks cool, right? Let's go and say hi.
VANZ Adventures are a company that produce, manufacture and put together all of this beautiful furniture for all camper vans. I've been speaking to Lee from here for quite a while now, so it was now time to come down here, check out the actual quality of all of the furniture that they make, just to make sure it is up to scratch, it's worth me spending my money on, sort of thing, and finalise the layout that we're going to be having in my camper van. I started speaking to Lee around about a year ago, so it was nice to finally put a name to the face and check out all of the equipment they've got, the overcabs, the overlockers, the shower units, the plate cupboards, you name it, they manufacture it. It's amazing. We went into my van, stuck a load of tape round to measure up everything, to figure out the final layout, exactly how it's going to look. And he actually spent 3 hours going through everything with me. It was absolutely amazing.
So the biggest problem we're having is trying to fit that fridge into a kitchen pod, and that's it really. It's actually straightforward. He knows the measurements of everything, so we're working everything out with all this tape. It's actually really, really cool. And it's got a few other vans here he's working on. I've been able to sort of see everything that I need to see and see what it's going to come out like. It's really good.
After planning out the van, we went into the workshop so we could go through all the colours, every panel that they can make in different colours, the worktops in different colours, soft close drawers, soft close cupboard units, you name it. I had the options to do absolutely everything. He even went through all the future plans that he's got, how he's changed the edging on some of the units just to try a new process out and how much more higher quality it actually is. He's shown us all the different kitchen pods, what's best to fit everything that I want to fit inside the camper van. We went through all the different coloured worktops, all the different processes. He was really enthusiastic about his work, which is what I absolutely loved. He wanted to physically show me how he works it, not just the fact that machines make all the stuff, but he goes through and product manages absolutely everything. Then it was time to go into the office and start talking numbers.
Now that really was an eye-opening experience. A lot more work than I was expecting. A hell of a lot more work than I was expecting. I've basically got to reboard the entire van. You know, all the proper boarding, I've got to reboard it. Partly because at the minute I've only got, I think, 3mm boarding, or is it 4mm boarding up the sides, and I need 9mm to be able to secure units to it properly and safely. My ceiling, I'm changing that anyway, but that's got to be a 6mm minimum, so I've got to get that sorted. The joy with him is he's got the knowledge over what works long term, and that's what I want. I want something that's going to be durable long term. And he's not just plugging his own products, he was plugging other brands, big companies like. So I've got to go somewhere for the flooring. He gave me a few pointers on that, which is what I really wanted. He gave me some pointers on the shower tray, and that's a future video. We'll go down that line on a future video. But that opened my eyes massively. But anyway, we just went through every little detail, and he was honest and open. I loved it. Anyway, let me talk you through some of the stuff that's going on with the van, with all this tape and stuff. Because I've got tape there, I've got it all there, I've got it even on the headboard there and there, I've got it everywhere. So we're looking at the bed. Which way around was it better to have the bed? Was it lengthways like it is, which I don't currently fit on properly, or lengthways, just spin it 90 degrees? Now, spinning it 90 degrees means it comes further out into the actual living space itself. If I went for just a double, it would come out an extra 4 inches. That's 4 inches lost from inside the van. If I went king size, it would come out over an extra foot, which is not ideal, especially when I want a shower cubicle. But if I went double and moved it back a little bit, it would come up to the edge of this line just here, which means we've gained ourselves loads of space, which means shower unit can go just there. Dedicated sized shower unit. We'll sort that out on a future video. Now, we didn't want overhead and then a big plate cupboard or microwave cupboard before we went to the there's like a thing that covers all this wiring harness and all these little nodges and stuff. It makes it look a lot nicer with LED lights fitted into it. So we've got that. Overcab storage, full overcab storage area. Overhead, that's a funny one because we can't physically get the exact measurement of that overhead until that overcab storage is fitted, because they can say, oh, it comes out this far, but if I fit it slightly wrong, only by 5mm, then that throws off the measurement for all that, for it to be able to sit snug against the overcab storage and against the shower unit, which will be over here. Now, I'm not just buying everything just to screw in. I'm going to make a bed there, because one of the biggest factors with this build was we still needed to keep a single bed. So that's what we're going to do here. This is where the single bed is going to go. However, my lad is a tall lad, and Alfie, who sometimes comes in the videos, he is getting tall now. So it needs to be 5'8" minimum. We've managed to make it so it is 5'8" minimum, which is one of the requirements to why we need the single bed that way towards the back of the van. Then the expensive part, the kitchen. Now, I was perfectly happy to just use this kitchen, but this seat will be gone, so extend it down and we'll move the fridge and stuff around and just make it all work. But then I started looking at some of the fridge units that he does, all the kitchen units, and it kind of sold me instantly. Seeing the quality of theirs compared to this is a high quality kitchen unit. It's a narrow, high quality kitchen unit. It's an expensive one. It's a proper solid one, but their quality was just a lot better than this and a lot lighter. If I'm adding all this extra overhead storage, shower units, everything else that I want to add into this, that's going to send us overweight, so that's going. We're going to go for one of the kitchen pods. Now, he's done quite a good one here, because I said, look, this is getting too expensive, all this sort of stuff. So I want to keep my appliances, keep my fridge, keep my sink, keep my hob. I want to keep them all because I can't afford to buy new stuff and all of this sort of stuff. And he said, okay, then we'll work this out. He's done a kitchen pod from there to there. Now, normally that kitchen pod, the fridge would go in there. However, my fridge is too wide. So the way he's worked is the same kitchen pod, but just carry the work unit over to the bed, wherever the bed will be. And that's where the sink will fit, the fridge will fit.
problem.
And this is a problem that I really try to avoid, but I guess I'm just going to have to do it.
What's underneath that seat? The diesel heater. I've got to seal up the floor and move that diesel heater that's underneath the bench sheet thing that's going to be over here.
The joy is, when we're going to be sat here in the double swivel seats and a bench seat all the way down there, exactly where the camera is right now is where we can stick a film or a movie of some description, and we could be really sociable, have more than 4 or 5 people sat in here watching a film or having some food or having a bit of a social life. And that's the idea behind it all. We want to be able to live really comfortably. You see, the whole plan for this van right from the start was to do a budget build, just to show that it can be done, and it got me in this van as quickly as possible. So that's what we did, a budget build. This overhead storage cost me virtually next to nothing. Cheap wood from IKEA, cheap wood from B&Q, free wood from IKEA, £1.50 door latches. That's all that cost, not a lot at all. So I've always wanted to go high end, so that's what I'm going to do.
Wait until you see the headlining that we're going to be doing up there. I'm just waiting for it to come back in stock before I can order that. The flooring's going to be absolutely amazing. The whole van is going to be exactly what this van deserves.
But I can't start any of it until that crash damage is done at the back. Do you know what? I'm really glad I went down there. It was 100 miles to get down there, but when I was there, he spent 3 hours going through absolutely everything with me. He even gave me some samples of wood to be able to show Danielle, because she couldn't make it today with work and stuff. He even showed me the new edging that they're doing, that edge there, because obviously it's bare, lightweight furniture ply, and they've got a new way of doing the edges that's really cool. New edge banding, I think they called it. I don't know. It looks really cool. He went through absolutely everything, and I'm wow chuffed with the final result. It's just going to be a lot of work, and depending on what I find when I get all these panels off, I mean, I didn't vapor barrier this, any of it. What's it going to be like behind that? I don't know. Subscribe for more.